ആയിട്ട് we have a surprise element. This was not something that we planned to the schedule. പക്ഷേ നമുക്ക് നമ്മളുടെ മോഹം ഫാമിലി മെമ്പറായ സുനിൽ ചെറിയാൻ്റെ ഒരു ഫ്രണ്ട് ഇന്നിവിടെ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. He'll be on the stage with you. And just to give him an introduction, he's a person who has worked with Russell Peters. Russell Peterനെ അറിയാൻ മേലാത്തവരായിട്ട് ആരെങ്കിലും ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടോ? He's a famous comedian, TV shows. He's a very famous guy. Russell Peters work ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള Vinayak Paul is here, and this is not a show that usually you get for free, right? Let me welcome Vinayak Paul on the stage.
Hello, MoHAM. How are you all doing? Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for having me. My name is Vinayak Paul. I was raised in the Bay Area by a single Indian mom, and what that means is I go to her with all my problems and she just makes things worse. You know, but hey Ma, there are a lot of people who are calling me fat, and she'd be like, you are not fat, you just have a big appetite. Or I'd be like, hey Ma, there are a lot of people who are calling me dumb, and she'd be like, you are not dumb, you just want to be a comedian. Or I'd be like, hey Ma, there are a lot of people who are calling me ugly, and she'd be like, you are not ugly, you just look like your father. All the moms are on my side right now. My mom raised me to be a very good Hindu boy, and a big part of Hinduism, as you know, is cows are a sacred animal. And what she told me is, cows are holy. I was like, got it, cows are holy. I go into kindergarten for the first day, all the white kids are saying, holy cow. And I'm like, it's holy for you guys too? And then I go back home, and Ma tells me cows are a spiritual animal. It's like, got it, they are spiritual. I go into the cafeteria the next day. One of my friends is eating ground beef. I'm like, how can you eat spirituality? This must be what you call soul food. And then I go back home, and Ma tells me, if I eat beef, I am going to die. Totally believe her. I go into the cafeteria. They're serving something called a ham burger. Now, in my Hindu head, ham is not beef. I'm in the clear. But no. I take a bite out of this thing. All my white friends are telling me it's beef. I am crying. So I run to the principal's office. He doesn't know what's going on. He calls my mother up, and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, Ma, I ate beef. Why am I not dead yet? She's like, oh, I was just kidding. That was my first Santa Claus is not real moment. Thank you. Now, one thing about Hinduism, we have so many gods. Like, according to Wikipedia, we have like 100 million gods. Now, I admire every other religion for having one God. Because, like, if a Christian or a Jew messes up, one slap to the face. Hindu screws up, 100 million slaps. And the worst part is, all my gods have 10 hands. Moms, where are you at? Clap your hands if you're a mom. You guys have the hardest job because we don't listen to you. You guys know. Look, my mom wanted me to be a doctor. She wanted me to be a doctor so bad. She wanted me to be a doctor so bad that, like, from the age of 5, she expected good grades, right? So I was like, in kindergarten, I had a report card. Everything was an A except for one B, just one B. And she was like, you are not my son anymore. And the only reason she took me back is because I'm a tax exemption on her tax returns. And the messed up part is, she did not mark me down as her kid. I was her disability. I remember I told Mom, I was like, hey, I want to be a stand-up comedian. And she was like, why do you want to do that? And I was like, oh, I get to travel the world. I get to make people laugh. She's like, oh, travel. One sec. She leaves the room and comes back with a brochure for Doctors Without Borders. Now, like I said, I live in Los Angeles now, and I moved from the Bay Area like 3 years ago. I think my biggest culture shock from moving to LA is everyone keeps speaking Spanish to me. And it is the Mexicans who keep misbrowning me the most. Do you know how hard it is to tell brown people you're not their type of brown? Wow, like I was at a sandwich shop in downtown Los Angeles run by Mexicans, and I get my sandwich, I go over to the cashier, he's like, hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm like, yo dude, I'm Indian. He's like, no! I'm like, bro, I am Indian. He's like, no! I'm like, dude, I'm Indian. He's like, fine! You can be Indian today! I'm gonna convert you! I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, you're just gonna marry my sister. I'm like, what? You're gonna give me your sister just like that? He's like, don't worry, I got 10 more. All right, guys, I'll give you one more joke and then I do have to get out. You guys have been a wonderful crowd, by the way. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I'll give you 2 jokes. So, like they said, I opened for Russell Peters. He's one of the greatest guys ever. And I told Russell once, I was like, hey, everyone in Los Angeles is calling me your son. And he's like, oh, yeah, and just like your dad, I never want to see you. And like I said, I grew up with a single Indian mom. You never hear about that stuff. And as an adult, my mom and I would joke about it. She talks to me about getting married to an Indian girl all the time. She brings it up in every conversation. I'm like, Mom, if you want me to get married so badly, why don't you do it again and show me it works? And to this, she replies back with, if I get with a man and he meets you, he is going to leave me. That is what happened the last time. Hey, MoHAM, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Please give it up for your host.
Thank you, Vinayak. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, this is not a show that you usually get for free. So thank you, and thank you for being part of the MoHAM family. But we have a challenge for you. Do you speak Malayalam?
I do not, no.
You do not?
No.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
Okay.
You just want to say in Malayalam, MoHAM is the best. Okay?
Okay.
I'll tell you how to say that.
Okay.
And you repeat.
All right.
MoHAM.
MoHAM.
അടിപൊളിയാണ്.
Okay. Say it again.
MoHAM.
MoHAM.
അടിപൊളിയാണ്. Okay. MoHAM.
No.
Let me split it.
Okay.
MoHAM.
MoHAM.
അടി
Ari.
പൊളിയാണ്.
Porero.
അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. Thank you, Vinayak. Thank you for being a sport. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys, and thank you, Sunil, for introducing Vinayak here.